welcome back to another episode of Thames FC. It's time for another episode, and today then we are going to face off against AFC Sudbury and Hendon in two games that one should be easier than the other, and that really has been the story of our season. Last time out we played Lewis and it was a 1-0 defeat to us, or against us. We then played Kinnear and then a 3-1 win, picking it up a little bit and playing the better football, I dare say as well. More away fans, went 5 this time. We're creating quite the posse over at Thames. And you'll note as well that Liam Kinnear, who came off the bench last episode and had little impact, got himself a couple of goals in the game, and it's not the only time he scored goals. I was hesitant to put him in. At 16 years of age, you don't really want to risk a striker whose potential ability actually isn't all too good, but his current stats of 13 acceleration and 14 finishing do make him quite an interesting contender. He's also got 18 flair, 14 teamwork, so has the potential to work quite well. Really weak composure, really bad off the ball, and as I say, not the highest potential player we've got in the team at all, but could maybe reach up levels similar to George O'Sullivan and Brett Squires. Obviously now brought those players in, the new players, it's sort of all leveled out. We mentioned that last episode. So a good win over Canvey Island, and we didn't stop there. It was a defeat though to Haverhill Borough 1-0, and then Liam Kinnear was at it again, a hat-trick for him, a first half hat-trick, an injury to George O'Sullivan that we'll come on to in just a moment, but a really good result. Lowest off for one of the better sides in the division, and we beat them very, very quickly. 3 first half goals and they had no chance of getting back into it. Burgess Hill was a 2-1 defeat, Jack Hallahan getting his first goal for the club though, and then finally a 1-0 win over Berry Town, again Liam Kinnear with the goal. So Liam Kinnear so far has got 6 goals in 6 games, a 7.66 rating, 2 man of the match awards and an assist to his name, and we've only played a few games so far this season, so of course you'll see him today start up front alongside Danan. Now you know I was going to mention George O'Sullivan, and well, it's not good news, viewers. You'll notice he's not in the squad right now. It's not good news, viewers. If you see here, already got a long-term injury to Bradley Comfrey, and now 5 to 7 months, a broken lower leg, and George O'Sullivan is going to miss the vast majority of the first half of the season, and this will affect his career, you would imagine, for a long time now as well. His fitness will go down over the coming months, and a massive blow, who has been so important in the last couple of seasons. 45 appearances, 42 appearances, was set probably to be one of our highest appearance makers in the history of the club, but he and now Bradley Comfrey are both out for an extended period of time with major injuries, and that is not what we wanted. Luckily for us though, we have managed to bring a new name in. You can see there 2 names have come in. Andy McWilliams, I've bought another left back. I've got an addiction issue, folks, and then George Tabben has come in as well. Can play at right back, he can play at wing back, can play central midfield, but most importantly can play in that defensive midfield role, very similar, and I do think actually overall he's probably a better player than George O'Sullivan. So while one of our youngsters has got injured, a new man comes in, 31 years of age, Romanian, and again, you're going to know the phrase I'm going to say here, he's been around a bit. So, with all that in mind, let's get into the team and start our first game. So this is what we're working with then. It's the familiar 4-1-2-1-2 system. Emery will be in goal, Campbell, Coker, we've got Heath and McAteer at the back. Tabben then comes into the centre with Squires and Hallahan in front of him, Gray, Danan and Kinnear up front. Kinnear also can play as a poacher. We don't have to play 2 advanced forwards anymore, and I like that. Midfield balance is interesting. We're quite defensive really. Hallahan plays the central midfielder on defence. Squires next to him gets up and down pretty well, and Tabben just sits in front of that back line, supporting the midfield, and does a fine job. Our squad, I like it. I think there's a bit of imbalance in a few areas. Coker and Hallahan are obviously very good players that have come in, and we're sort of having to work around those 2 boys. But we're standing flexible, and here we go. Now, Sudbury, so far this season, are AFC Sudbury. Where are they? Are they up there? They're there, 6th position. So it could be a tough game. Hendon in 16th. We currently sit in 9th position, 3 wins out of 3. Sorry, 3 wins, 3 defeats out of 6. So pretty middle of the pack as things stand. There's not too much between teams. Very early to say where we'll finish this season. It could be top 6, it could be bottom 6. I think, though, it'll be somewhere in the middle. Okay, they're playing a 4-4-2. I actually recognise this guy. I think I've signed him on previous lower league management saves before. Yeah, it rings a bell. Not going to pronounce his name. Probably going to get it wrong. Okay, then we kick things off, and because we are at home, we can reveal the league table and the match stats. So I think we'll just go with the match stats for now. We'll put the league table down. You don't need 2 lots of match stats. Too many stats, if anything, which for a game like Football Manager is a tough thing to say. So far, as I say, very, very even. Oh, for God's sake. And he's, well, actually, yeah, for Goddard's sake, maybe. He's going to have to come on left side of the midfield, and I think it's going to a little change in the system as well. Then Goddard's more suited to playing as a playmaker, So we're going to make that switch almost immediately, and he's going to play as that. Jack Hallahan has now got an injury. I hope he's got a high injury risk. He's played a lot of games. We play a lot of games in a short space of time. I hope it's not serious. That is a blow, though. We talk about good players on our team. He's one of them. He's probably the best one. Question for me, though, is can Denan and Kinnear continue their beautiful partnership? By which I mean, can Kinnear score again? It's a very one-sided partnership. Okay, McAteer thread. First highlight of the game, really. 42 minutes in. Very little has happened. The Squires plays it forward to Denan, who plays in Kinnear. Can he get another one? He can! Kinnear, his finishing is fantastic. His acceleration and finishing, that is a lovely little combination he's got. And Denan and Kinnear combined to get the goal. We can see it here again. McAteer throws it into the feet of Goddard, who's taking part, which is nice to see. Tabard into Gray, and then Squire sets free Denan, who just takes his time, slots it through, chips it up in fact, and then Kinnear, it's a cool finish past the keeper, and that 14 finishing, doing wonders. He doesn't need composure, he doesn't need off the ball, he's a machine, and he's 16, the 16-year-old machine. A machine at 16. I'm trying to think of the best way round. And that's going to be us to half time then. Liam Kinnear, he's showing everyone up. Dominic Taylor's been dropped, Michael Emery's got an injury, and we do have Jordan Hawkins on the bench, so yes. Yes, my keeper's injured, I think that is. What am I doing? What's he done? What's he hurt? Potential hand injury? Oh, not a goalkeeper. Out of all the injuries, that's probably the worst one for a goalkeeper. Eyes would be pretty bad if his eyes didn't work. Luckily, these glasses mean that my eyes work perfectly. Okay, so it's a corner kick played in, and it's bouncing all over the place. Coker launches it forward, and the counter could be on here. If Gray can set the right ball forward, he plays it over to Denan, and we are racing forward. 4 men supporting this attack. If Denan can get it across, he's a little bit lucky, and it's a free kick in the end. Miles brings down Denan. Denan. Goddard plays the ball in up towards Heath, and I don't suspect this will come to anything, but you never know. As there we are. End of highlight. Bit worried about Emery. I don't want him getting injured again. That's the last thing we need. A double change for Sudbury. And it's got me thinking, do we need to make a switch of our own? We don't really need to go wide. The striking two are playing pretty well. There's not that much need or concern, so we're forced to change. We're okay. 10 minutes to go. We're keeping the lead, and I'm going to keep it as it is. Well, if we get a second goal, that would be a time to maybe make changes. Denan on this right-hand side, though, plays it back towards Taban, who so far has had a decent enough game. Errors have not been his calling. Into Campbell, as finds Goddard now. He plays it forward to Denan, who's pulled down. Penalty kick. I don't know who will take this, actually. Well, who's it? Taban's stepping forward. He wants it. He fancies it. We've had some good penalty takers in the past. Of course, Joe Bai is the favourite of the lot. As Taban steps up, can he get the goal? He can. Finishes it past the goalkeeper. And it's Thames 2, AFC Sudbury 0. And actually, folks, I mean, this is quite a big result. They're above us in the league table. It's going to put us on 12 points, 4 wins, and the 3 defeats. We're looking good for it as well. As the time ticks away, we could have made some changes, but I think we'll leave it as is now. The only worry is the keeper injury. Hopefully it's not too severe. As the time ticks away, and at full time, it's Thames 2, as I say, AFC Sudbury 0, and a solid performance. Coker getting man of the match at centre-back. He's a nice boy. He's a nice boy. I'm not a mother who's trying to sell him to the girl at the prom. I knew that sentence was going south, and I still decided to go with it. Tip for all parents out there: don't sell your children to other children for the prom. Make sure it's a consensual meeting at school. But probably quite an awkward conversation. But just don't force them upon one another. That's wrong. And I've still not forgiven your dad. So if you watch him, sicken him. It's embarrassing going with one of the teachers. It really is. Oh, good. Oh, good. Jack Callahan's got a fractured cheekbone. I'm going to make him play through it because we need him. And Michael is out for 2 to 3 days with a stubbed finger. He'll be fine. You played with a dislocated shoulder. If you think you're getting away with it with a stubbed finger, you've got another thing coming, pal. Okay, in all of this, we've got the FA Cup first round qualifying as well. There's loads. There's 200, and we're not sitting through all of this. Who are we getting then? Hopefully it's a home tie. You should get a little bit more moolah for that, I find. We're away at Wick. So, there we are then. And if we can't beat a team called Wick, what chance do we stand? That's their best player. We better win. Otherwise they'll be getting on my Wick. Stop forcing the comedy. What do you mean stop forcing the comedy? Right, Hendon coming up next then. We're going to make sure the boys are well rested for that one. And in we go to it. They're 13th currently. So it should be a quite contested match. A quite contested match. Use your head properly and make better sentences. No, he's wearing a mask. I think it's... Look, if superheroes had to deal with this, they wouldn't be superheroes, would they? They'd just be human. He's got a fractured cheekbone. He's got a bit of face ache. It happens. I bet he looks great. I bet he looks like Zorro. And secondly, He's playing because he's good. So the team is going to be identical to as it was in the first game. If you can't remember, rewind, watch that, and it's the same. Keeping with this 4-1-2-1-2 system, the narrow diamond works pretty well. There's one little concern with me for it actually, is that our fullbacks aren't particularly attacking. I think in the higher divisions, McAteer and Campbell need to be replaced by more attacking, more complete fullbacks essentially, and right now they're quite defensive, and that's good, and it helps us to keep clean sheets, but they don't really create, and I think we need fullbacks that do that maybe. And they're playing a 4-4-2 then. They've got Craig and Dale up front. Good to see them. I wonder if they've got first names. Gio Craig. Right. And Bobby Dale. Okay, Patrick, you say, you want a good run lately. The reaction is, well, they're pumped. They're not pumped at all. They're fuming about what I've just said. There's no pressure tonight. I mean, Danan's cool about it. So we are in the blue and white shooting from left to right. Now, in theory, we should lose this because that's just the way the system's gone so far. We win one, lose one, or at least level it out again. Get it back to 4-4. Right now, it's a 4-3 lead. Where's this game going to go? McAteer throw-in. Advanced into the area. Hallahan on to Squires. If he can finish, and he can. Squires with a lovely little finish. Hendon is a team we should try to beat. We should try to beat really. And this actually might put us into the playoffs if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no. Of course, we were 9 before this episode, so 15 is where we are. It's very, very close though. At the top of the table, as Squires with a lovely finish into that far corner. Ismail O'Sullivan's injured, but Squires still doing the business. That's nice to see. That's good. He's not letting it affect him. And I mean, he's looking to his left, and he's seeing a Hallahan look like. Well, show the picture of when I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Similar to that. Similar to that, in a way. Kinnear's injured. Of course he is. Dominic Taylor on then, and Kinnear, maybe he just wants a mask. Can he stay on and we'll just give him a mask? What's the injury? Please don't be bad. I mean, he's our top goal scorer this season. He's been on fire. He's been electric. If he's out for a while, then... Dunn and Taylor, they've played together a lot though. They didn't ever really form the best partnership of all time, so I'm a bit concerned. Okay, at half time then, 1-0. Brett Squires with the goal. Elsewhere, AFC Sudbury that we just beat, 4-0 up. Stevens has got 4. Didn't see him in the last game. Pathetic, poor performance. Did he play for them last game? Didn't notice. Who noticed? No one noticed. I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. Dominic Taylor, pressure on you now, my man. There's a big step up for you. Dominic Taylor was a little bit out of his depth in the old division. Now in this one, more of the same perhaps. Really what we want is a second goal, and then we can get Hallahan off and bring Goddard on and keep things a little fresher. Danan not having the best of games so far. 6.4 for him. There's a temptation to go to the wide formation, but right now I don't want to have to do that quite yet. 20 minutes to go. It's a free kick though. It's a Hendon, and Campbell steps out and wins it very well. And now a chance maybe for us to get our second of the game. Gray bursts forward. Great ball out towards Taylor. He's got 3 options in the middle if he can find just one of them. Taylor with the ball in. Squires meets it. I mean, who was expecting that? Our box-to-box midfielder, Brett Squires with the header, and really well done. Gray dribbling forward. Lovely ball out to Taylor. Just puts it in a space. You know, tells Taylor, get on that, run onto that. And he does. And then, excuse me, oh God. I'm choked apparently. Squires with the header. Am I okay? Right, and with that, we'll make some changes. 74 minutes on the clock. Hallahan's going to come off for Jordan Goddard. And this, Goddard even, this could be a better season than I ever expected. We're going to bring on Lee because we've not seen him yet this season. We're going to put him, where are we going to, we'll get Gray off, shall we? And put him out here just for the fun of it. It's alright, it's fine like that. It looks unbalanced, but all it really is the overload on the right hand side. It'll cause problems. I mean, the amount of 7s and 2s going on here is quite something. I mean, look at that guy, 22. So there's 5 or so minutes left to go. A goal for Hendon could cause a little bit of upset and heartbreak, but so far so good. Our clean sheets this season, we've had a fair few of them as Dale, oh, Coker, that's what you're looking for from your centre-back. Great work from him, wins it back. Now keep this out as well. Ball whipped in, Dale's at the back post, over the bar. And that's easily dealt with by us eventually. And what I mean is they didn't score the chance. We didn't deal with it at all. We actually let them have a free header on goal. Okay, we're into the 92nd minute. And you would think at this point it's all over. Oh, Coker again. I mean, he's becoming a little friend of mine. He's becoming a cult hero. Look at him, he's smashing them away. No, it's gone in. It's gone in. It's gone in. Let's defend. Let's go defensive. Now, last time we did this, we all know what happened, so let's see what happens this time. I mean, they're a little bit fortunate. I mean, Coker's doing everything he can. He needs a little bit of help, to be honest. I mean, that is a missed header by Corey Heath. That is a missed header. That's poor. O'Sullivan scores. That just hurts to the fact that mine's injured, but there we are. Now, just see this game out. Michael, kick it long, kick it true, up towards Taylor, and it should be that. Referee, I don't know if you've got a watch there, but I'd check it if I were you, and I'd blow time on this, because I think this game is done. Ref. We'll just sit here and wait for the next 10 seconds then. And there we are then, Thames 2, Hendon 1, and another good win. A late goal for them, a consolation really. Only had 2 shots on target in the game. One of them just happens to be that goal at the very end. And a really good victory for us. And that leads us into the next episode where Redhill, I think we promised that last time out, will be our opposition. We'll double check it though, make sure everything's okay, and I'll see you for it. This is, I mean, a good win though. 2 wins in an episode. Who saw this coming? Not the forums, I tell you. The forums, they're giving me hell over there. They're just battering me, the old forums. Okay, Liam Kinnear is out for 5 to 8 weeks with a twisted ankle. Because of course he is. Well, 5 to 6 weeks after sprinting. Brilliant. Squires is going to be told he did very well. 2 goals from midfield, that's what you're talking about. If your strikers aren't stepping up, that's what you're looking for. We can't really rely on him though throughout the season to do that. And we sit then, we've only got 1 place, 2 wins, we're just in 8th still, but we're competitive and we're keeping up there. Hopefully well clear of relegation this season, but so far so good. So that is going to bring us to the end today. If you have enjoyed it, why not leave a like on the video? If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. With love, with care. 3 minutes until the next time. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. And now the sweet sounds of me. Bloody hell, that's annoying. Of course, now there's a link in the description to go back to today's episode if you watch this one first. And now I'll leave you with me finding out that my microphone wasn't on. Oh my god.